A very good morning to all. My name is Shraddha Malvi. I am here to present the case study of Satyam Computers with my group members Harshad Mehta, Sweetie Dhakar, Yash Bhatta, Payal Mishra, Rahul Soni, Monica, and Anup. Next slide, please. Satyam Computer Service was a rising star in the Indian outsourced IT service industry. Satyam Computer Service was incorporated on 24 June 1987 in Hyderabad by Mr. Ramalinga Raju. Ramalinga Raju is the chairman of Satyam Computers and he started this company with 20 employees and grew rapidly as a global business, and then it was converted into a public limited company in 1992. The company offers consulting and information technology service supporting various sectors, including software development, system maintenance, package software integration, business intelligence, and business process management, client relationship management, supply chain management, etc. Uh, it was the fastest growing technology in India. Satyam Computers Service Company covers 66 countries with 53,000 employees across the globe and with 9.9% of market shares with $2.1 billion in revenue. Next slide, please. Yeah, the chairman of Satyam, Mr. Ramalinga Raju, confessed about the manipulating the financial statement of the company. The revenue made by the company were overstated. The inflated and bank balance of rupees 5,040 crore, which is as against of rupees 5,361 crore, and inflated accrued interest of rupees 370 crore, which is non-existent, and unstated liability of rupees 1230 crore and accounts of funds arranged by him, and the debtors position of rupees 490 crore, which is overstated, and the revenue of 2700 crore and operating margin of rupees 649 crore, which is an actual of while the actual revenue of rupees 2112 crore and 61 and operating margin of 61 crore. Staff overstated by 13,000. Mr. Raju had been illegally withdrawing 20 crore every month for paying 13,000 non-existent employees. Now further is continued by Rahul.
Uh, Thank you, Shraddha. Uh, Here I am going to talk on the rise of Satyam. Initially in 1987, Satyam Computer was formed by Ramlinga Raju. Initially, company started serving it IT services and in business process outsourcing, which is also known as BPO in various sectors. In 1991, company was listed in BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, with IPO of 17 times, and in 2001, company got listed in New York Stock Exchange and crossed revenue across $1 billion. And in 2003, Satyam IT services included 13,120 technical associated services, over 300 customers over a worldwide. As a result, the share price of rupees 138.08 rise to 526.25 INR on 14 April 2008, company became the first Indian company to publish IFR audit, and in 2008, the revenue of the company crossed across $2 billion. Next slide, please. uh, Awards and achievement. Satyam won many awards and achievement on the corporate governance accountability. In 2002, Satyam won Asia Business Leader Award, and in 2017, Ernest and Young Global Limited awarded Mr. Raju for the best for the Entrepreneur of the Year, and in 2014, April 2018, company was awarded for the leader in corporate governance and accountability. And in 2008, the World Council for Corporate Governance awarded Mr. Satyam company via Global Peacock awarded, but it was revoked after fraud was confessed. Now Yash will carry on further.
Now let's talk about auditing issue. The audited by the Satyam books from June 2000 until the discovery of the frauds in 2009. Several commentators criticized PwC for falling down to detect the problems and the financial statements and responsibles for the numbers under the Indian law. Satyam frauds manipulation. The Satyam frauds went for a number of years and involved both the manipulations of balance sheets and income statements. Whenever Satyam needed income to meet the analyst estimates, it simply created fictitious sources, and it does numerous times without the auditors was discovery the frauds. Next point, board members of Satyam. The board members of Satyam's investors to community, the savvy and retails investors and the external auditors, none of them, including professional investors and the to detect the problems and the ambitious corporate growth reporting, lack of transparency, stock markets, nature of accounting rules, uh, etc. Highly risk to a fake bills and deals to prepare a sore of failures and aggressively to purchase properties and commercial banks, agencies, etc. Next slide. Next slide. Victims of fraud. Employees of Satyam. The employees of Satyam worried about the as they faced non-payments of salaries, projects cancellations, lay out, and equally salaries prospects of outsides as they employment opportunities, etc. Clients of Satyam. The clients of Satyam expression loss of trust and reviewed their contracts, preferring to go with other competitors. Several global clients like Cisco and World Bank to cancellation their contracts by the Satyam corporates. To facing these problems about the project continually, confidentially, etc. Mm. Shareholders lost their uh, valuable investments, and there was doubtful about the revival of India as a preferred investments to the destinations. The MD of Mahindra to invest the to purchase shares uh, and damage the IT damage the image of India and IT sectors of India. uh, Bankers were concerned about the recovery of financial and non-financial exposures and recalled of facilities. Indian government it was worried about the image of nations and IT sectors affecting for to invest or to do the business in the country. The further explanation given by Sweetie.
Thank you, Rahul. Now, the aftermath of Satyam scandal. Immediately following the news of fraud on 10 January 2009, several entities terminated engagement with Satyam. Its shares fell to 11.50 rupees. In Indian Stock Exchange, the benchmark Sensex fell more than 5%, and in Satyam, more than 70%. And in New York Stock Exchange, Satyam shares were trading around US dollar 1.80, which was peaked at US dollar to 29.10 in 2008. Investors lost $2.82 billion in Satyam. Criminal charges were brought against Mr. Raju, and new board members were appointed by government in order to prevent the total collapse of the firm, with a goal to sell the company within 100 days. Several companies bid on Satyam on April 13, 2009, and the winning bidder, Tata Mahindra, bought Satyam for $1.13 per share, less than a third of its stock market value, before Mr. Raju revealed the fraud. Next slide. The corporate government issues at Satyam. Satyam manifestly violated all the rules of corporate governance and is an example of following poor corporate governance practices. It had failed to show good relation with the shareholders and employees. Several other obligations as distinguishing the roles of board and management, separation of roles of CEO and chairman, protection of shareholders' rights and their executives. Shareholders never had the opportunity to give their consent prior to the announcement of Mehta's deal, and falsified documents with grossly inflated financial reports were delivered to them. Ultimately, they were at loss and felt cheated. Now, over to you, Payal.
Thank you, sweetie. Recommendation for accounting standard. Auditor main responsibility is to check fairness and trueness of financial statement. The first responsibility or task of any auditor is to check that accounting is properly maintained with true aspect of it and to ensure financial statement are best in place with respect to the followed standard. Proper audit tools. There are various tools available to perform proper audit efficiently and effectively. Therefore, to use or select one of the best from them is the major concern for the business so that maintain accuracy can be achieved. Uh, Freedom for auditors. Auditor freedom refers to the independence of the internal auditor of the external auditor from parties that may have a financial interest in the business. Being audited, freedom of the internal auditor means independence from parties whose interest might be harmed by the result of an audit. Reputation of auditing firm individual can't avoid scandals. The business should also be self responsible for its internal practices related to all aspect of business by which they can ensure their responsibility and no scandal take place in future. Now over to Harshad.
Thank you, Payal. Okay. So basically, what I feel is like there are multiple recommendations for the issues that we see in this in the case of corporate governance in Satyam. Like in any of the organization, the main function of the corporate or the management is to maintain transparent relationship with the stakeholders. Stakeholder could be the employee, government, peer industry, shareholder. The reason being, if in case the stakeholders are aware of the what exactly is the situation of the company, they are able to take the right decision at the right time. It's the obligation of the company to protect the interest of the shareholders. Anyone is investing in any of the company in form of their duty, effort, time, or anything. The main reason being they want to get something out of the company. The reason if the goal of the company align with the goal of the investor or the stakeholders, then only they can achieve the goal to have the main profit. There should be clear uh, differentiation between the role of each individual. For example, if a management or if any individual is having the authority to take decisions, it should not be independent. It should be like a decision made by someone should be watched by their superiors as well as their juniors so that they are accountable for whatever decision they are making. This is something that we didn't see in case of Satyam. Following accounting, auditing, and other standards is also part of corporate governance so that they actually, and this should be done preemptively by the management. Above all of this, SEBI, RBI, and other formal bodies has the obligation to be a watchdog to do all the governance that is being done to view the corporate governance being followed by the any of the organization, like what we see in the recent example of the Yes Bank. Now, recommendations for the auditing process. In any organization, it's divided into several independent units. So there should be internal as well as external audit done at each level, the subunit, and that particular internal external audit should be verified by a third party. It could be watched by SEBI, RBI, IRD, or any of the statutory body, so that whatever auditing is being done is being verified at multiple levels. Apart from having a knowledgeable auditor, it's the responsibility of the management of the auditing firm such that the auditors are actually investigating the assets of the company. Like in case of Satyam, PwC auditors never actually went to see what all assets Satyam is having, what exactly is the amount of money or the cash in the bank or cash accounts. So this is something that I felt are the recommendations for the auditing process. With this, I would like to conclude our presentation and we are open for any questions. Thanks.